All right. Hey, well, aren't we really barky today? Good morning, everyone. It's Rita and Miss Lola, who is she's so sassy. Hi, it's Teddy Bear's here and Benji too, but it's Miss Lola that you're gonna hear the most. How is everybody? Good morning. Hi, Loretta. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Susan. Christine. Hi, Trisha. Hi, Eileen. Nice to see you. Louise and Brenda. All right, stop. You're you're being too fussy. You're a fuss budget. You're a fuss budget. Hi, Trisha. Um, hey, Gloria. Stop. Thanks for popping in, Gloria. Hi, Brad. Loretta's there, and Susan, and Sherry, and Linda. How are you all? It is a very, I'm feeding my dogs treats so that they'll stop barking. And it's not all of them. It's just her. She just barks. She never stops. So apologize for that. She'll settle down in a second, and we'll hear her snoring soon. So today it's very rainy out today. And I don't know if in your way, but I have been thinking about garden flags. I've been thinking about my garden. I am not a huge gardener, but I do like to keep some flowers, and every once in a while I grow a couple pumpkins or two. My favorites are the ones that come up every year. So I've got lots of peonies and hydrangeas, and I started putting like this garden flag in the front of my house, and I really like it. It's a cute little flag. You've probably seen them, and they're about like 11 by 17. So I started thinking, well, gee, why don't I make my own? And then let me show you how they are made. So we are going to use this today, Smart Iron-On, that we're going to be using in our Cricut Explore 3, and then we will also use the Autopress, which is over here. So I'll be moving you around a little bit to show you all of these different machines. This machine seems unsteady though. It's not on here correctly, or there's something underneath it. What's underneath it? A weeding tool. Oh, yikes. Okay. So we're going to be using these machines today. So we will need to use something to connect to it. I've connected via Bluetooth using my iPad. And so I'm going to show you how this works, where I got the ideas. And actually tomorrow I started doing this, and I started thinking, I'll do infusible ink, because these garden flags are 100% nylon polyester, so they will take infusible ink really well. But I saw these and I thought, these are great. I want to do them because they're nice and long. So I'm going to show you where to find these, and tomorrow we will do infusible ink with the garden flag. So this is kind of a two-part thing, but they'll be independent of each other. So the garden flags I got at Amazon, they were super cheap. I got 11 of them for about $10, and they came pretty quickly. So they're in a very indescript box. If you happen to, like, it's not a box, a bag. And so if you happen to buy it, you might miss it because it's so small. But they're great. They're good quality, and they're like 11. I did measure them. There is a little pocket. And yes, if you were wondering, could you make these? You absolutely could. But in this case, for this quantity, I thought, let's just buy them, and we'll do the decorating on by hand. So you could buy the nylon material and make them yourself if you wanted to. They're about 11 by 17, I guess, is the standard size. So let's go to Cricut, and I have actually several of these. This one is Hive Rules, and there's also ones for the ocean. I have one here for the ocean, advice from the ocean. And then this one is advice from the honeybee. So what you need to do here is go to images, and you can just type in advice, and you will find there's quite a few selections here. And so when you type in advice, you can see that there's two different ones from the ocean. I'm not sure what the difference is. It doesn't look like there's much difference, but then there's also advice from a cow, advice from a honeybee, and advice from a horse. And then if you go and click on the triple dots and you choose view image set, it will bring you to this image set called Farmhouse Rules. And it's by Black Cats SVG, and you can see it's rather small. I know you can't really read it, but it says things like house rules, farmhouse rules, family rules. So there's all kinds of choices you can make. In this house, we do, you know, that one, it's real cute. In this house, we do prayer, we do forgiveness, that sort of thing. There's advice from the chicken coop, and everything. Farmers farm, advice from the horse, family rules. Anyway, when you find something you like, so let's choose this one, we're going to insert it in here. So let me move this out of the way so you can see. Now, the first thing that we've got to do is we've got to size it so that it is correct. Now, the wonderful thing about this is that you can use Smart Iron-On. You could also use regular Iron-On, but you would need to use a 12 by 24 inch mat, which we've done. So you guys know how that works. So I'm going to show you Smart Iron-On. So I'm going to actually size this so you can see what size it actually ends up being. So here is my my flag. And here's my ruler on here. I'm going to size it from this point just below this seam, because this is the part that's going to go into that rail, right? So I'm going to, I'm at the 10 mark. So this is to 24 is 14 and another inch, maybe 15 inches long. And again, these, I think they were advertised as 17, but you have to consider there's a seam here and then there's the pocket up here. So our image is going to actually be about 15 inches. And then as far as wide goes, again, we have to keep track of these seams because it might not work great on the seams. So here we've got, I would say, 11 or maybe 10 and a half. 10 and a half might be a good thing. So we're going to change this here. So we just hit edit. We have it unlocked and we changed the width to 10. What did we say? Oh, I changed it to, I changed it to 2 or something. So here I'm going to change it. I can either use the plus or minus. And we said 10 and a half. 10 and a half. And then as far as the height goes, we'll change that to 15, like that. So when you unlock an image, make sure that it looks appropriate. So obviously, if the width was really small on this or too wide, the images would look like all distorted, and you don't want that. That's why it's normally locked. So I'm going to lock it back now that I've done that. So I've got this one. In this house, we do prayer, we do family, we celebrate the small things, we do hugs. So cute. And then I also have this one here. It says hide rules, be kind, be humble, and they're about the same size. So if I want to do this, I was going to do this hide rules. Now that I've seen this, though, hold on just a second. I wonder if we should use, I don't know if I have enough of this red. I think I will do the hide ones, just simply because I already have it all set up and I don't want you to be like, she said she was doing this one. So, okay. So I'm going to hide the other one. And this is the one we're going to do. We're going to hit make it. And here we have to mirror and make sure that it is going to be without matte because we're doing it on the Smart Iron-On. So we're going to hit mirror. And there you go. There is our image mirrored. We hit next. And I've already made sure that my Explorer is connected to Bluetooth. Let's go ahead and hit all materials. These are the compatible materials. So I'm going to use today the Smart Iron-On. So let's do that. Now, I always change my pressure to more when I do iron-on and vinyl. For me, I just feel like it's a little bit deeper so that I am able to weed it easier. So now you can see that, or maybe you can't, but let's pull this closer to us. So you can see that this light is on. So I'm going to take my yellow Smart Iron-On. This is a 3-foot roll. Most of them are available in 3 and then like 9-inch. But I find 3 inches really economical and will last quite a while. So I'll probably get 3 feet is 12 times 3 is 36. So I can get 2 or 3 of these flags out of one roll, which is a pretty good deal, I think. And they often will have this on sale. So let's just go ahead and put it underneath the guide and hit the load button. And then once it's decided it has enough material to do it, then it will show the go button illuminated. Okay. So it's doing that whole thing. And there it goes. So we'll just hit go on that. And while we're doing that, we'll talk about heating up our Autopress. So I'm going to do the Autopress for this. So the Autopress doesn't have its own like heat app, like the Hat and then the Easy Press 3 has. Okay, so we'll have to go to the heat guide, which I've been telling you guys about forever, and you can see that the Autopress has been added here. So you have now 5 choices for presses. Just as an aside, if you didn't want to use the app for your Easy Press 3 or you couldn't access it or something, you can still use Easy Press 2 as a guide. So you don't have to use the app. But I think the app's real helpful. So we're going to choose Cricut Autopress. And then the material is just Smart Iron-On. And our base material is going to be, it's actually nylon. So we're going to use that. We're going to choose pressing mat because that's actually included in the Autopress. And you see that it needs to preheat for 5 seconds. And then we have to press it at 280 degrees for 30 seconds. Okay, so let's get our Autopress going while this is going on. So I'm going to turn it on. Let me just move you a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to go up real high so you can see all of these lovely goodies that we have here. So this is the Cricut Autopress. It has this. I can reach it. Here it is. This is called a pod, and it turns on when you turn the machine on. You turn the machine on over here on the right-hand side. I know you can't see it, but that's where you turn it on. And this is also where you toggle it open. Okay. The great thing about this machine is that the only heat that's coming from this machine is right up here, which I know you can't see too well. So move it a little bit. It's a little hard because these things are so big. So when you turn it on, it automatically goes to your last setting, which I think we did like Infusible Ink for this. So we're going to need to set this for 280 degrees. So let's just use this little toggle thing, and we will do 280. And then because we're going to preheat, we'll set it for 5 seconds. And it'll take a couple minutes to heat up. And that's all we really need about the heat press. So as far as our as our flag is concerned, I'm just going to move this out of the way so you can see. So the flag, as I mentioned, has little scissors. I need a little scissors here. All right, you. Hold on. Please stop. Okay. It has a little bit of thread here, so I'm just going to clip it. But all around it has a seam. You're going to want to do it on the other side where you don't see the actual seam, okay? And you can actually do your preheat before the machine is all the way up to the temperature, because it's already up to like 135. And if you wanted to do the preheat, we do the preheat because not so much about heating it, but rather about helping the stuff that the iron-on stick to the material. So as I mentioned, I do have 2 of these all like done, and I did weed them. So this one is advice. Hello, Miss Lola, you need to stop, please. Lola, stop. So this one is called Advice from the Ocean. Look at that beautiful turtle. It has a mermaid there as well. And I did this yesterday, and I can already see that it has dog hair and stuff on it. So I'm going to take my lint roller and actually roll over my design, because you know what happens is if you live in a house with any kind of animal, the hair, it automatically, because it's kind of sticky. So after you've gone ahead and I still see some hair, after you've gone ahead and weeded it, even if you're just like leaving it down for a few minutes, it will attract that hair and it sticks to it. And you don't want the hair to get underneath the iron-on material, because then you have to cut it out. And I've had that problem before. So, so let's go ahead and just do a nice big thing here. Now, because of the size of this, I think I might actually do some tape, and I might have to press this a little bit. The first time I cut this out, I made it a little bit long. So here you go. I made it a little bit long and wide. This one that we did today, that we're doing on the machine, is not nearly as big. So what I would like to do is sort of have a look at the project and sort of decide. It keeps rolling up on me. Let's sort of decide where it's going to go, and then affix it with some tape. So let's go ahead and take my tape here. This is a special heat-resistant tape. It's not the strong heat-resistant tape that is recommended for the hat. This is just the other stuff that we've been using all along. Okay, I know it's going to make the flag sort of roll, but I just want to make sure when I put this on, the entire project is going to get flattened. Now, I think because it's a big project, we might have to do two presses, don't you think? I think so, because I want to make sure the whole thing gets pressed. But if you don't have the so see, it's not going to cover the entire thing. So what we'll do is we'll press one side, and we'll do it on the side like this. Or we could do it this way. Yeah, let's do it this way. And we'll press it, and then we'll just move it up or turn it around and press it like that. I think that will be a good thing. Something. Lola loves us. Yeah, she just wants more treats. That is the truth. Okay, so she's very motivated by food. Let's just put it that way. She's very motivated by food. Okay, so it's now heated up to 280 degrees, and we already did the preheat. So I am going to switch it to, what was the amount? Let's check again. So 30 seconds. So I'm going to switch it to 30 seconds. So 280 and 30 seconds. And what did we decide? We're going to do it this way first, and then we'll turn it around and do the other way. So let's go ahead and pull it down. I want to avoid touching that the hot part. And so it's taking a little bit of special. All right, here we go. And oh, there is like on the handle, which I know you can't really see too well, but on the handle here, it like moves ever so slightly, maybe about 1/4 of an inch. So to close it, you have to pull it down and sort of pull it down that 1/4 of an inch so it will do the 30 seconds. And here it is doing the 30 seconds. Almost done. And when it's done, it will just pop up and open. All right, so now let's turn it around and make sure we get this portion done. I can see the part that's done already. So let's turn it around and press it down. I want to make sure it's nice and flat in there. Pull it and let it do the 30 seconds. Having it a part of it that might already have been done is okay. Don't get worried about it. With Infusible Ink, that's kind of a different story. Infusible Ink is very sensitive to any kind of movement. So if we were doing this in Infusible Ink, which would almost be impossible to do because Infusible Ink transfer sheets only come in 12-inch squares. So what we're going to be doing tomorrow is Infusible Ink, and we're going to be using just the middle part of the flag. And I will also give you a couple ideas on how to deal with that. So this is actually done. I'm going to let it cool a little bit, and also I'm going to check on our cutout and see how it's going on our cut. Oops. I don't know why I even have that passcode on there. Okay, so let's check and see how it's doing. Wow, it's like not even, it's a little more than halfway done. So that's cool. That's fine. We will just kind of move it out of the way a little bit so that you can see. Let's move it out of the way. All right. The one thing you definitely need around here is table space. Okay. So let me move you down so you can see how we're going to peel this off. We've given it a few seconds to cool. And let's start at the top. Here we go. Oh, this is coming out so cool. You can see it, right? Yep. All right, machine. In my face over here. Okay. So let's peel away that tape. Oh, it's done. Yay, it's done. Okay, move out of the way now so I can do this. Do you talk to your machines? I talk to my machines all the time. Okay, so here we go. It's coming up beautifully, and we're going to have a super professional looking flag in just a few steps. Isn't that awesome? Look at this. Oh my gosh. I have been looking at these big long advice things forever, for like over a year, maybe 2 years. And I've been like, oh, I want to do that. Oop, it looks like I got a little bit here. But other than that, oh my God, you guys, look at how beautiful this came out. And it's going to look so cute in the front of my house. Let's do the other one while we're here. So this you don't need anymore. You can recycle that. Let's get another flag out. And we're going to preheat it. Yeah. So I'm not the only one, right? I'm not the only one that talks to their machine. I'm happy to hear that. All right. I'm switching the time back to the 5 seconds and pressing it down. So just so that you know, the reason why we do the preheat is that sometimes material has something called sizing on it. Also, sometimes material has a little bit of moisture in it, and by heating it up, it dissipates the moisture. So that's why we do that. Not so much preheat to heat up the material or anything like that. I know I did at one time think that was the case. So here's my advice from a honeybee. I'm also going to give it a little bit of a roll with my lint roller. Make sure I look it over really good. And make sure I have everything. Oop, I see a little piece right here. It's not coming off, so I need to use my weeding tool. Make sure it comes off. Just a little tiny piece. Maybe it belonged somewhere. I don't know. If it did, oh well. I don't see it. Okay, so let's line it up on our flag. And again, I'm going to tape it. I'm going to make sure that it's like all lined up so that the whole thing will appear on the flag. Won't this look cute? I'm so proud of myself. I don't want to be bragging. Somebody once said that I was bragging. I was like, no, I'm just proud of myself, honestly. I like it when I can get something done correctly. And again, I want to make sure that it's correctly lined up again, because we're going to be doing 2 heat presses on this. I'm putting a little bit of tape. Little tape never hurt anybody. And as long as it's the heat resistant tape. All right, so that looks good to me, but I'm going to give it a look and make sure. Looks a little crooked, actually. Let me just try. Make sure. All right, here we go. All right, so we're going to, we did the 5-second preheat. We're going to change this back to the 30 seconds. 30 seconds, and we're going to do the top, and then we'll turn it over again. So let's close it and pull it down a little bit. Give it that 30 seconds to go. And while we're doing that, we will take out our other one, which we did in yellow, and I'm going to cut it off the roll. I don't want my thing to pop up in my pod to go everywhere, so I'm going to move that. But I'm going to cut this. And I always put the leftover into back into the box. For me, it's easy, but you do whatever you want to do if it makes you feel more comfortable. All right, it did the top. So now we're going to twist it around and do the bottom. All right, and then while I do that, we can have a look at this, and maybe at the end, I know I'm getting so efficient at this that, you know, it's a half hour maybe that we get done up. So I'm always talking about the next day. So, but this is a good thing. I mean, I appreciate your time. I don't want to take too much of your time every day too. So, so let's see, we're done. So let's give it a second to cool off. And I'm actually going to just kind of move the machine a little bit because I want a little bit of space here as I move this machine, as I take it off, and then maybe do a little weeding here. So 11 flags, pretty cool, right? For $10, and then just the cost of your iron-on material. So you could make, I don't know, you can make these for friends. If you have somebody that loves to garden, I have friends that love to garden, and sometimes people just want to have a nice, cute little thing on the front of their house or in their garden. There's all kinds of images in Design Space for that, so that's cool. And then this one I'm peeling from the bottom. The last one I did from the top. I don't know which is easier or better, but it's, look at how wonderfully it's coming off. And advice from a honey bee. Oh, this is so cute. Have a look. Advice from a honeybee. Create a buzz. Work together. Sip life's sweet moments. Stick close to your honey. Mind your own beeswax. Be yourself. Always find your way home. And I think that's lovely. Now you can see it a little bit through the back, but I think most of these go in and they're like in the front like that. I don't know how you do a back thing. Would you not mirror it? I don't know. I like it this way anyway. So this is how we do regular iron-on something. Let's have a look at the other one. Advice from the ocean. Avoid peer pressure. See life's beauty. Get out of your shell. Count the stars. Be sure of yourself. Make waves. There's my little mermaid. And don't get tied down. This is a perfect application for these really intricate. I mean, look at the face on the turtle. Or even here, the hermit crab. I mean, these are so intricate. And if you were to cut them out in vinyl, which I suppose you could, weeding is going to be an issue, at least for me. So, so here you go. These are just perfect for the iron-on. And then here is the one we just cut out. So we would just weed it. You guys have seen me do this 100 times. So we're just going to grab that corner like this and start peeling off. Like this. All right. And it'll have this whole area, which you could have, if you wanted to save this, you could have just kind of snipped around it and saved your extras if you wanted to, which I normally do, but we're in a hurry here. All right. And then we would take our weeding tool and just start weeding. There's a lot of weeding here, and definitely you want to get some really good lighting, whether you're using your Cricut Bright 360 lamp, which is what I'm using today, or your Cricut Bright pad, because the Bright pad works great for this, and it allows you to see how you're going to weed. Just like that. You see how easy it is? Iron-on weeding is so much easier than vinyl weeding, if you ask me. So we would just go ahead and do that, and then we will have our beautiful advice from the hive iron-on. So that is it. I'm sorry, Annette. You know, that's it. Again, you don't need to have an Explore 3 or a Maker 3. You don't need to have the Autopress. You can use all the other machines to do these things. But since these are new, I really wanted you to see them. But you know what? You already have a great machine, and you just need to know how to use it to its fullest extent. Whether you have the Explorer 1 or the Joy or whatever, these machines are just fabulous. So any one that you have is going to get the job done. But I just wanted to show you some of these newer tools. They might not be for you. Again, I remember that the Autopress, which is $1,000, is a real considered purchase, at least for someone like me. Don't have $1,000 usually to just throw around. So it's something that you'd have to consider. Could you use your Easy Press 1, 2, or 3? Absolutely. You could even use your mini on this, but you saw how quickly this happened, and with the Easy Presses, you'd have to be moving it all around. Okay, so for tomorrow, we're going to be doing a iron-on project, and I want to show you sort of the starting piece. So I came across this really fun pattern. It's called Patterns Triangle Bright. And it has two colors. One is red and the other one is all this really bright colors that include all the colors that they generally use for Juneteenth, which is red, black, green, yellow. There's a little blue in there too, but that's okay. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this cutout and we're going to be adding a circle around it. And I'm going to show you how to do that because it's real simple and it will give this two color look. It's slightly different than layering regular iron-on to do this kind of thing. So definitely tune in tomorrow for that. And I think that's going to do it for us for the whole week. I just want to remind you that we still have our giveaway going on. You have a couple more weeks to get your name in, and we're giving away a Cricut Bright pad, not a Cricut Bright pad, a Cricut Bright 360 lamp in your choice of color, indigo or that Zen blue color. And then also I'm giving away paper packs to the runners up, I guess you call them runner up. And anybody can get their name in. You can do your name multiple times just simply by following the link that's in the description of this video. And subscribing to my YouTube channel. Once you've subscribed, come back the next day, like, comment, or share any of the videos that I have. There's over 900 of them, and some are better than others. I will agree, but I do get better over time. So anyway, so like, comment, and or share, and then you can put your name in for the second time. Unfortunately, we're only able to give right now prizes to the US or Canada. So I apologize to my international customers. I have heard that there are some new like product experts, because that's what I am, a product expert. I've heard that there are some new product experts in the various international countries, but they're probably, you might have to seek them out. I don't really know all their names. If I do, I'll let you know. But the other thing I want to mention is yesterday when I was having lunch with my sister, it was like an early supper. I got the most amazing and generous pledge from Patreon, and I wanted to share it with you because I was like, this is wrong. Is this wrong? Because I had one person, let me see if I can find it. Patreon, here it is. Barbara. I want to just reach out to Barbara Lanier, Lanier, who changed her pledge from $10, which is already very, very generous, to a yearly amount that I don't know, it seems wrong, but I'm going to take it if that's what you're giving, Barbara. And she paid for the whole year. So thank you so much, Barbara. If you're watching, send me an email at missritatotherescue@gmail.com, and I'm going to send you a special gift for your generous donation. I do so appreciate it. Remember, I do support myself in this endeavor. I'm not a Cricut employee, so I do this for you guys and for me. It's just kind of fun thing anyway. And if you feel so inclined to support me through Patreon, you can go to Patreon, patreon.com, and look for me under Miss Rita to the Rescue, and you can pledge. It's a monthly pledge. I'm going to set up, I've been thinking about this a lot. I was talking to Santo this morning. I'm going to change the pledge so that it's lower. The initial pledge is $5. So I'm going to change it to $2 so more people can feel like it's accessible. It's less than a cup of coffee for sure. So we're going to change that soon. But if you become a patron, then you will get on an exclusive, you're on my exclusive list, and you can win a Cricut Cutie with a bunch of extra stuff for me. Each month, I'm giving away 2 of these prizes, but I'm also going to do Barbara Lanier. And then we've already had Loretta Catchin, who's on. And then also, hi, Barbara. And then we've had Loretta Catchin. And then who else is one? Jackie English. So, thank you. Thank you so much, Barbara, and to all of you who have supported me, whether it's through Patreon or by buying through my links. I really appreciate it. It sort of turns on that little tickle button in the middle, like, you like me, you really like me. So I really appreciate that. And it's, I know everything's expensive and it's hard to, give up your money. Sometimes, but I do appreciate it. I really do. Anyway, that's going to do it for me for today. I so appreciate you all and your time, and I hope you'll try this out. I will make this available, these images available in the Cricut community, and also put it in the description of the video as well. So go back and look for that. Okay. Take care, everyone. We will see you tomorrow. I know, very, very generous, Barbara. Very, very. All right, everybody. You take care. Oh, there goes my Autopress. It's going to sleep. Isn't that funny? I haven't used it in like 5 minutes or something. All right, everybody. You have a great day. It's still raining like cats and dogs here. So I guess I'm going to just stay in my craft studio today and just play. And we'll see you again tomorrow, hopefully at 9 o'clock. Bye, everybody.